Extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Bandit, bandit.
Hit it.
Block now on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
60 out.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Block again here on second and 10. That's complete to Smith.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Third and 2, Lock's going to throw.
Let's make these babies cry.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Big completion there on third and short, keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. First and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
Ready, 8, read.
Mike, 45. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
Down.
Again, they'll throw with Lock. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring out second and goal after the gain of 5.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Evans. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Hey, alert 3.
They'll try the left side. It's Evans, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's first and 5. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Evans. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
18 Gator.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
51's the mic, boys. 51. Here we go. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, come on now. Come on now.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's complete to Gates. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were looking to go back to Gates, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking to go back to Gates, and now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw in his line. Got an open man, it's QT. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally would do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Into the red zone, it's locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
58's the money.
Hey, Orbit. You better be afraid of me. Yeah. Hit it.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and handle it a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 51.
Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. 25, check 25, check that.
Gates with a grab. Fights through, and now a crease. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And to give this time to the tailback. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now. Gonna let this thing go deep for Gates. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Clock now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
57 the mark.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
High 7. 5.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate. It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
That's what I'm talking about.
A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, Locke. He's going to have the hook up to QT. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Tight dog.
Good.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On first and 10, here's Locke. He's got Smith here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Kiki QT. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
51. Yeah. Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Rock it. 5.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
And the Raider first down.
Ready.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you
61. Matchbox lights. Hey, Echo.
Hey, Mike 51.
Look. Squeeze.
Hatchet.
Snap.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go. Watch the ship.
Bam.
Watch the ship.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Crunch.
Roll out. Go.
Back to throw here. Gonna let this thing go deep for Gates. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here I come.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Clock now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Block will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing his lock on third down. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
At the 46-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Locke looks to throw it again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ready up.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Ready.
On the draw, this is Smith. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the gun on third down, Locke. Open man is QT, complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. To throw it is Locke. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Go.
Check 45.
Get it.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Oliver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. These 2 teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Gonna let this, he's got a man, complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about it.
And a loose football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Well, they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Try to punch it in with Smith. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now Locke. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Jets 38, Raiders 20.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
On the set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Set. 70. Indy.
Check, check. Lucky.
They go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
51 to Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Get.
On 1st down, it's Evans. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got his open man. It's Carr. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Smooth.
They'll drop to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. It's time to prep. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. You don't know.
2nd and 10. And that's complete to Gates. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Rock it.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
51, Mike 51. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Kill. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carr. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. He completes it to Evans. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Come on. Right. SOS.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready. 60 or.
Mike 58 right there. Come on, D. Check the backer.
Blue draw quarter. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
2nd and 5. They'll roll him out right. He finds his target. It's Evans.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
General West.
Now back to throw. And this is caught by Gates. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 yards on the touchdown there as his guys are back within a single score. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Hey, Alpha.
Hey, Mike 51.
2.
They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
57.
Throwing now is Locke. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
And brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
I got you. Shift. Check
5. Hit it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Locke. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Fair.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Undercrush. Switch.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to let this thing go deep for Gates. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
5.
They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
At the 21-yard line.
Ready, break.
57.
Gone.
Watch the slip. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Yeah.
A 1st down carry for Smith. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition,
fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Ito Smith. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Mike 51. All day, baby.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Carr. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits hits him in stride. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, Mike 51.
Bravo.
Hey, tight. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Shoot.
Back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Raiders first down.
On the set.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
You're out. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Speed dribble.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
218, chopper.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Eluding the into the end zone. Oakland Raiders touchdown.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
50-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
No game on this defense, no game.
Ready.
From midfield, here's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Block now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Stokes, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Clock now on first down. Going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
57's Mike.
Hey, lock it. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Got an open man. It's QT. 23 yards, the final tally. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They come out here in the eye. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Score! Score!
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Protein spill.
Wide. Get wide.
Cut. Hit it.
Here's Smith. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Hey, Delta. Mike 51, Mike 51. Now.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. There's Evans again, complete. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety back.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Strip the ball.
80 weapons.
Shit.
Hey, high 7.
51, Mike. Mike 51. I got one.
Get it.
Back to throw. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Get that quarterback.
He's back to throw. And that's complete to Gates. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Mike 51.
2nd and 9 now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
In your face.
Big grip.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Evans. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's set, and he is in for the touchdown with no time remaining. And Charles, we're a 2-point conversion away from overtime.
And that won't be easy. Well, there's no doubt that this crowd has absolutely been rocked by what they just saw. But guess what? There's still a 2-point conversion to deal with. Still a little drama left.
No time on the clock. Are we going to overtime, or does it end right here?
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Echo. Fire.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it is caught. They got it. So a touchdown and the 2-point conversion with no time remaining. And we're off to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They look to throw. It's Locke. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Ready, break.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. Open man is QT, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They come out here in the I. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Smith trying to run for it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Locke going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So they say forget the field goal and the lead. They're going for the win in OT here on 4th and goal. Lock to throw for it on fourth. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First down, Raiders.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Right here, right here. Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the screen, watch the screen. 5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Here's Locke to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On the set.
57's right. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Go.
Clock now on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Now Ito Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and we will play on here in overtime. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Hey, Orvin.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one incomplete. Gates, the intended receiver there, but it'll be second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. Caught by Cobb. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Hey, shoot.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. I think probably just trying to draw them off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time, being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter, and if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for it? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.